So after the video that we did last time on how to know if your child has been abused, well, I got a number of inboxes and also calls from parents, and they told me that I should maybe talk more on abuse to children. This is something that is, rampant in this country, and maybe we should, all of us, we should create awareness. Hello, viewers. This is Chero. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. And thank you so much for your support. All right, let's talk about some of the places where sexual abuse can happen. Number one, it can happen, as I said earlier, it can happen right inside your house, right inside your home. Who are these perpetrators who are in your house? They could be your friends. Yes, your friends. Don't give me that look. They could be your friends, your trusted friends. They could be your relatives. Relatives, I repeat, they could be your relatives who are abusing your child. They could be neighbors. Worst is it could also be your spouse or your partner. So most of the times these are the people who can carry out these abuses right inside your home. So, and if you go outside the home, places where molestation or sexual abuse can happen outside the home could be at school. And in school, it could be from the teachers, from subordinate staff of the school, or even from the fellow pupils or students in that school. Another place where molestation or sexual abuse happens when it's not in your home is in religious buildings. Believe me, it happens. I mean, we have had a number of times that children have been sexually abused in religious buildings. Maybe they were going out for religious education, or they are even molested or sexually abused when they have gone out to engage themselves in religious activities. So aside from that, it could also happen like if they've gone out for sporting activities. That's also some of the places where molestation or sexual abuse happens. Also for camping, so many places where when your child is not with you, when your child is outside, anything could happen to them. And that's why they say, if you can, please just make sure that you keep a closer look at your child when you can. Okay? But when you cannot, of course, we pray for them. Well, another thing that came out is, why is it that kids do not talk about? And there are a number of reasons why kids keep quiet when they are abused. Number one is that either the perpetrator has threatened the child. They tell the child that if you say that I did this to you, then I'm going to kill you, I'm going to harm you, or I'm going to harm your younger brother, whomever. They instill that fear. They instill that fear in the child that by the end the child will just choose to keep quiet. Well, another thing is that the perpetrator corrupts the mind of the child. They tell the child that even if you go now and tell anybody that I sexually abused you, no one is going to believe you because you are a child. They will believe me more because I'm an adult. So like that, the child is in doubt. The child is left wondering, questioning himself or herself and saying, perhaps it is true. So even if I tell it out, no one is going to believe me. By the end, they will start saying that I am a liar. So, and that's why children will prefer to keep quiet even when they have been abused. And that's why I say it is the duty of the parent to be on the lookout. Look out for these telltale signs to see whether your child has been abused or not, so that you can, rush to help that child get medical assistance as soon as possible. Okay, we know that these kids are kids, so sometimes they do not know what is right and they do not know what is wrong. They tend to believe what adults are saying. And so some of these perpetrators come to the children, they abuse them, they molest them, and then they tell them it is okay to do it. I mean, that is the way of life. They make the kids believe that, oh, so this is not something, it's not something unusual. This is right, this is correct. Most of the abusers also, they give the child special treatment, either by offering gifts to them like candies or buying toys to them. And if they are maybe 12 years and above, they treat them for an outing or something like that. And so parents should be really very close to their kids, so that you don't give space for any other person to come and try to close in that space that you have created between you and your child. So you should be very close with your child, so that they do not miss those things. If it is their birthdays, buy them gifts if you can. If you cannot, it's okay, so that they don't go seeking favors from strangers. It's advisable that as parents, you make your kids understand that it is not correct to accept gifts from strangers. That should be really a no-go zone. What should the parent do then? Well, it's not in my position to tell you how you should relate with your children. I'm sure most of you are doing some of these things, and if you are not doing, I would really recommend that you just try to follow some of these recommendations that I'm giving. It's anyway not going to cause you a tooth. So number one is, parents should always be concerned about any slightest behavioral change in their children, either at home or at school. Maybe you start seeing that your child is dropping in class, they are showing poor performance, or the teacher at school is complaining that the child is having low concentration in class, things like this. You should be very, very, very wary about it. Two is that parents should create a good rapport. Don't be harsh to your child. Yes, be harsh when it is necessary, but not all the times. So try to befriend your child. So when you are friends with your child, in case something happens, you are the first person that they will run to. You are the first person they will come and say, I experienced such and such thing, or so and so was trying to get close to me in an appropriate way. So try to be friends with your child, so that if anything happens, they can open up to you. Don't be enemies with your children, because most of the times when parents are too harsh, the kids are afraid, to speak whatever it is that they are going through. They will choose to keep quiet. Parents should check children's books and bags. When they return from school, just go through their bags, check inside, see if you are seeing something fishy or funny. If they're using drugs, definitely you might find something that will, suggest that they are into drugs or something. Go through their books, open, peruse, see what they are drawing, see what they are writing that is aside from the classwork. And this could help you in, learning what is it that is happening with them. If there is something that is changing, you might definitely get some clues there. Also check their pockets. Sneak into their rooms, check their pockets. You might, if they are using cigarettes or something, there is something that you might notice. We all know that most of the times parents' instincts, or rather mother's instincts, are always correct. Feel like your child seems bothered, please go to them, interrogate them, try to find out what is it that is bothering them. Parents should bathe their children, even if you have house helps. I know we are, sometimes we are very busy. We are working from morning to evening. You come back home, you are tired, so and so. But just have that time, even if it is twice in a week. If you cannot do it daily, make sure that you are the one bathing your children, so that you check if there is something wrong with their genitals. If you bathe your child yourself, you might be able to, to notice if there is something unusual. I know when kids are young and they are maybe boys, they like their hands usually like going to their genitals. They like touching their genitals. Please do not accept it. When they try to reach out to their genitals, just, tell them, no, it is not allowed. Because when you tell them it is not allowed, they will know that, oh, it is wrong to touch the genitals. But when you let them touch it, next time if somebody else is touching them, they will not feel as if it is wrong. So let them know the boundaries. Let them know that if it is a lady, the breast and that the genitals is really a red zone. It's not allowed. And for the boys as well, they should know that nobody should touch their genitals. So like that, they are wary of the fact that those are private places, those are private parts that not everybody is allowed to touch. I mean, nobody should touch it apart from their parents when they are bathing them, okay? So let them know that from beginning. Let them know it from beginning so that the next time somebody else is trying to touch it, the children are already aware that this thing is not allowed. It is not to be played with. Do not let your children to get very close to other people more than they are to you. Okay? They should be very close to you rather than other people. It's okay that maybe they are close to your relatives or friends, but not very close. Because the more they get very, very close to other people, they will get more comfortable with them. And like that, they are easily preyed on, they fall victims because these are people they trust. When they get too close to these people, the children start trusting them. And that's why sometimes people start taking advantage of the trust that children have placed onto them, that they use it, to do these heinous acts on kids. Just show them that if somebody, comes to you this close or in this position or at this angle, then that person is up to no good. Let us tell them. They don't know. They are kids. We are the ones who have the experience. We have seen it or we have learned it. Their minds are still very innocent. It is still fresh. So let's educate them. Tell them if somebody, once, like they bring their lips close to you, to your lips, that is not allowed. That person is up to no good. Or if somebody is coming to like hug you and you do not know them, that is not allowed. If somebody wants to undress you, to take away your clothes, it is not allowed. Or nobody should touch their inner pants, inner wears. Okay? They should know that if whoever is trying to lift their clothes is up to no good. The sooner we teach the kids, the earlier they are aware of what they have to be careful about. Let's tell our children we love them. Okay? If you are a father and you have a daughter, start from an early age telling your daughter that you love her. The first love they hear is a love. If it is a daughter, it is the love word from their dads. So that the next time another male tells them they love them, it will not be a new thing to them. They already say, what is the tip? My father already loves me. Okay? My dad loves me. I do not need another love from another man until they are of age, until they are of sound mind, when they are able to make rational decisions. Let's assure always our children of our love. Tell them we love them. Give them hugs whenever they come home. Anytime you have the opportunity, just cuddle them, hug them. They should know these things from the parents. Well, I don't know if there is something else that I've forgotten, but for now, that is what I just thought I should share with you, but also our kids. And of course, until next time, I'm wishing you all the very best. Take care of yourselves. Please wash your hands. Keep social distancing. See you in our next video. Bye-bye.